All right, how you doing? I'm going to share with you a little bit about my genogram process here. So as I began to prepare, I found it really interesting. As I was preparing, I had to ask my mom for a lot of the information on there because I didn't know a lot of it, like my grandparents specifically, and my aunts and uncles and things like that, and what their life experiences were and their connections to each other and their religious affiliations. I kind of like had a general idea, but I wasn't sure. So it was cool to get that information, to hear her perspective, and see it like outlined on paper. And I felt a little bit weird doing it. Number one, the question talks about like breaking family rules or being disloyal. I don't feel like I was being disloyal, but it's weird saying like summarizing your family's faith. Like I have a lot of family members who are Catholic, and it's like they're practicing Catholic. I'm not sure about their personal relationship with Jesus. So it was weird to put that down as like, oh, practicing not a personal relationship with Jesus, and like just seeing it like written out on paper. I don't know. It was eye opening. It felt a little weird. Like I feel like they would disagree with that in a way. Um, I don't know. So some of the themes that stood out to me. There was a couple themes that I really took notice of. One of them was kind of a this theme of almost like rebellion against the establishment in a sense. So, like I said, a lot of my family is was Roman Catholic, and so my mom, and specifically, kind of questioned that and became a Christian with a personal relationship in Jesus at a non-denominational church, and that was that was a big deal because my dad is still Catholic, and there was some tension there in that transition, and that was a big move for her. And then likewise, I made a similar move. Like I went to church with my dad growing up, and at one point I made the decision like being Catholic isn't for me. I want to start going to this other church, and I kind of followed a lot. There's a lot of parallels between my mom's decision to kind of reject that family religion and what I chose to do. So there's that kind of theme, and there's another theme which is a little bit interesting. I don't know like the significance of it 100%, but my father married my mom who was previously divorced and had a kid, and then I married somebody who was previously divorced and had a kid. Um, and I didn't seek that out because of what my father did, but I don't know if it's like the role or his temperament or taking that on as like the protector or whatever it was, but I don't know. I just felt comfortable doing that, and it just worked out that way. But it's an interesting parallel goes along with that. So um, my formation journey has led to my current call. I'm currently a worship pastor, um, and a lot of what I went through, like not rejecting, but like changing from being a Catholic to being somebody in a non-denominational church. It was a big deal in my family, and I was pretty committed to that. And eventually, I felt like this call to be in ministry, and I wasn't 100% sure what that looked like. And as I grew and became more involved in worship, I began to realize that had this calling in my life to be a worship pastor. And so that kind of stemmed out of um, as I grew as a Christian. I was saved at this church. I was impacted by a youth leader at this church I went to. There's just a lot of heavy cultural influences, and it kind of led me to, I don't know, led me down the path that I'm currently going down. So it's cool to see that. Um, so I'm running a little bit long on time here, but I just want to say, reflecting on my genogram, it was really interesting. Like I said before, it's just really interesting seeing it laid out on paper, seeing how there's like connections within the family and how different influences and there's different parallels, and how it's like I'm influenced heavily by my parents, who were influenced heavily by their parents and things they went through, and it's crazy. It's crazy how interconnected this is, um, in my faith and my process of formation. So overall, I thought it was a really good experience. I learned a lot, and I'm looking forward to watching your guys's. So thanks very much.